Hi, welcome to Tammy the Tutor. Today I am starting with CC2, which is typically the 7th grade curriculum. It's the Core Connections 2, and just jumping right into Chapter 1, Lesson 1.1.1. If you'll notice though, here is the very first homework problem. It's 1-3, and it's mathography. That's not anything I can help you with. That's all about your own personal feelings about math and a way for your teacher to get to know you. She may or may not ask you to do this problem, but that's why I'm skipping it, just so you know. So let's move on to 1-4. Okay, so decide what the shapes below have in common. Write your answer in a complete sentence, then draw 2 or more shapes that belong to the same set. Okay, let's take a look at these shapes and see what we notice. I see a triangle, a parallelogram, a pentagon, and it looks like a trapezoid. Okay, well, first of all, they're all polygons. Polygon, just so you know, just means many sides. The prefix poly means many. So that's one thing that we could say. They all are polygons. Now, I'm not going to use a complete sentence, but you definitely can if your teacher wants you to. Something else that I notice about each of them, okay, all of them I'm seeing have at least one obtuse angle. Remember, obtuse means greater than 90 degrees. That's an obtuse angle. This one has a couple. These are all the same and they're all obtuse. And there's an obtuse right there. So that is one thing they all have in common. Obtuse angles. Okay, next we are going to draw 2 or more shapes that belong to the same set. Okay, let's just kind of follow the pattern that they have set. They stopped with a pentagon, so how about we make a hexagon? 6 sides. Okay, there's an obtuse angle here. You could do an octagon. That one's not so difficult to make. And there are many obtuse angles in that one. You get the point. You guys could come up with other shapes if you wanted to, but here's just some examples of what you could do, as long as they follow the same criteria, which are polygons and obtuse angles. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so according to the diagrams below, how long is each unknown piece? Okay, if you look at this one right here, it shows you that from start to finish is 28 millimeters long. But then they show you just this portion from here to here is 11 millimeters. So we just have to figure out how much the rest of this is. So if this 11 adds to this to get 28 total, then the fastest way to figure it out is you can take that 28 and subtract 11, and that should give us what is left over here. And don't forget your labels, so 17 millimeters. For B, they're asking us 2 different questions. Do you see 2 question marks? So they've given us from here to here is 5, and from here to here is 12. So from here to here, add those together, and that would be 17 millimeters. Now they want all the way across. Well, we just figured out that this portion is 17. They've given us that that portion is 13. So if we add those together, we get 30 millimeters total. Okay, let's move on to the last question of the section. Okay. Refer to the number lines shown below. List 2 situations or problems for which you have used a number line in the past. Okay, obviously this is your experiences and what you've done, but if you're having a hard time thinking of a time you've used a number line, I'll just throw out some ideas to help get your juices flowing. How about when your teachers have just taught you to add and subtract? I know many teachers use number lines in the classroom to teach you how to add and subtract. You've probably seen them used that way before, so I'll just do adding and subtracting. How about, have you ever used a ruler or a yardstick to measure something? If you have, then you have been using number lines, because think about it, they are just perfect segments on a number line. Have you ever cooked in the kitchen? Have you used measuring cups? Have you ever taken a temperature? Those are all examples of number lines. So hopefully you can come up with some more, or you can use some of those ideas if it applies to you. Okay, I think we have completed this section. That was the last problem. So thank you so much, and tune in next time and we will do the next section.